Hello and welcome back to my craft room. You finally made it to my last card, so I am getting a bit excited with this one. So I will show you with the card that we're going to be making today. This is the one I kept the best for last. Well, I quite like this one. So, and I got the idea from watching that Angie from Chicken Scratch. So I often watch her, so she inspires me to do a lot of these. So hi Kathy, how are you? Thanks for joining me back. So and yeah, so we're going to make this little one. So I'll turn it side on because it's easier, and it just opens like that, and inside I've got Happy Mother's Day. So yeah, so she made one similar to the same fold, but yeah, she used, so I thought I'm going to use the same fold and like incorporate the Ornate's Gardens into it. So yeah, so hi Margaret, thanks for watching. So I'll tell you what I've used for this one. So I'm using the Ornate style one again, and I'm going to use this little flower here, and I'm using that little tiny flower on the inside. So we're going to use that. I've got everything all ready for that one. We're going to use the Ornate layers dies, and I use this one here, so to cut this one here, and I'm not going to cut this one on camera today in my live, because it's very yeah, I've got to poke all the little bits, and it's very time consuming, but it does cut out really well. But yeah, you just have a little few bits, so I'm not going to try to do that online with you. And my trusty rectangle stitch rectangle, I've used this in every card that I've done over the weekend, and I just love these. So these are one of my go-to. So I've used it for the two center layers, and also in the middle, in the inside, so my card's not naked. So, and I've also used I'm using the metallic edged ribbon, so it's got a bit of gold ribbon, so I'm using that as well. So, and I'm also using 3 blends, which are light mint macaron. I'm using light calypso coral and light petal pink. So I'll show you what I do with those when I get going. I've already pre-cut all my pieces, and I will have the measurements. I will tell you this one. This one here is 11 by 4, so 11 that way and by 4 this way. It's a little bit smaller than the one in Angie's video that she did, but and you score at 3.5 and then at 9, so it gives you that fold. So, and I've done all my layers, and I've also used the DSP, the designer series paper, out of the Ornate Gardens suite as well. So I'm using a bit more of the DSP. I quite like this one, it's quite pretty. So alright, so we'll get started. I'll grab my pieces that I need to stamp on. So I've actually bent that one up a little bit, so I've got to be careful. You can tell I've still got some bits and pieces in here, so I'll have to poke those. They just, like, the little brush doesn't tend to get them out, so I've got to yeah, go and get all those out, and that's why I didn't want to be here on camera with you poking all those out, and I thought I'd got them all, but I didn't. So, but yeah, it's a very pretty die. I think this is the reason why I got this set in the first place, because I just love this. I love this die for some reason. It just, yeah, jumped out at me, and I thought I could do so many things with it. So, yeah, so, alrighty. Well, I'll get started, and I'll go through the layers as I go get to them. So, I'm going to pop that one there. So, I need that. I need the bigger one. That's the inside. I'm just double checking. Yep. So I'm gonna so I'll pop this card over here, and we'll get started. I'll do all my stamping that I need to do on here. So I'm using the Happy Mother's Day, and I'm using that out of, I forgot to mention that one. That's out of the Dress to Impress stamp set. So I'm just using this one here. So I thought that'd go just nicely with, I thought I'd make a Mother's Day card. So my mum's not on here, so I might make this one for her. So, alrighty, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to grab my black Memento ink, and I'm going to pop Happy Mother's Day into the center. So, sorry, I've got my black. So I'm just inking that up, and I'm going to line it up on my grid paper so I can get it fair in the middle. So, and I often use this line along here. I don't know if you can see that, this line here. I use that for my guide. So, and I'll just eyeball it and pop it down to where I should have a mat underneath here, but it's worked out fine. So that's what I did there. And I'll do my my flower. Better do that while I've got the ink out as well. Then I can just put my lid on, and so I'm just going to pop that one into the center there, and that's that. So I'll pop him over there. I'll get rid of my ink. Don't need that one anymore. And I'm going to use Petal Pink. And I might need to get my piece of paper again. I've lost it. It is over here. So I'm just gonna pop those on there for a minute, and I'm gonna grab my little flower. I can't remember if I stamped on and stamped off. I think I did. I stamped once, and then I just stamped over there, and then I stamped off, and then I turned the flower around and I stamped on. So it just sort of gives you like a nice little like background effect. So like the flowers, it's like they're sitting in the background. So yeah, so that's what I did there. So I'll get rid of that, and I'll pop him aside, and I'll grab my flower, and because like we're using blends, they will go through, so I just be careful that you're using a piece that you're going to actually put on top of something else, because if you're going to have that as a background a picture and you're going to see it at the back, you'd want to cover the back of it. So alrighty, so like I said, I'm only using just three of the colours, and I got this tip from Angie on Chicken Scratch as well. So all she done was she just highlighted the flower. Well, she didn't use a flower, she used a different flower out of a different set, but all she done was just highlighted just areas that she wanted, just like that. This one's so quick and simple. And then she got the Petal Pink, so she used the light Calypso Coral, and then she used the light Petal Pink, so, and then she just blended that in, and I'll show you when I've done. So, and I've got a squeaky one, so I might have to get buy one of these before they disappear. So, and I'm not even going to try to attempt to look at my my computer. So if you can see properly and it's going all clear, please give me a thumbs up or a heart or whatever you'd like to give me, so I know that it's going well. So thank you, that'd be appreciated. So that's all I've done there, so you can just see, hopefully you can see that yeah, it just sort of gives it just a hint of colour. You can go darker if you want to, but I quite like it like that. Probably need to just blend it a little bit more, but you can just blend a bit more if you like. So, and I think what I might do is I might just go back in with and I just want to darken that area off, so I'd sort of give it a bit more of a dark. And that's all I did with those. And then I just used the light mint macaron, and I didn't want any other like dark colour, and all I done was I just coloured that leaf in. So, and that's all I did, and that's all the colouring I've done. So I mean, Julianne showed you more of colouring with the blends, but that's my simple blend colouring in today. So yeah, alrighty, so I'm going to pop that there for a second. I'll get rid of all those little bits, pop that over there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start assembling all these little bits and pieces. I did try with this, like the background, and I thought that was quite sweet too, like having that background. You could use any colour you like. So and that'd make a sweet background if you had that sitting on top. So it's quite cute, I think. So I'm going to do this fold with a lot of other things, so watch out. So if you want to get some inspiration, you'll see some more cards doing this design. So alrighty, so what I'm going to do is, they're the inside, that's the inside bit, and that's up there, so I'll leave them together so I can do them in a minute. So we're going to do this first. Yeah, I'm lost in where I was going then. So I'm going to do my card first. So I'm going to glue this piece on top. Hopefully I'm in view. So it's hard when you haven't got something to look back on and you're standing. So all I'm looking at is the top of my phone to see if I'm doing it's in view and I'm not gone over. So all I'm doing is I'm popping that onto the top piece, and so you sort of just, it's going on like that. I've got to move it down a little bit more. There you go. And then I'm going to pop the other piece on the bottom. And I loved, wasn't Julianne's card beautiful? I liked hers. I am gonna like make one of myself. I've never been, I'm like Julianne, I'm not a layers type person either. So yeah, I'm just I like tracky decks and yeah, or in my dressing gown. But I'm not a very big on doing layers on cards either, so I'd like to give that a go. So I appreciate you, Julianne, that you wanted to give me one of your cards, but I'd like to recreate one myself and just see how much fun a layered card is. So alrighty, so I've done that and that, and now I'm going to pop this piece here. Actually, yep, that's right, don't want to get ahead of myself. So, and I'm going to pop that one onto, oh, I forgot to say that the colours that I'm using are, oh, I think forgot what they are. I think it's Blushing Bride. Yeah, it is Blushing Bride and the DSP. So, and I've used Petal Pink on the inside with the Petal Pink ribbon and the colours on the inside here. So I've done that, and before I glue that onto that, I want to add my ribbon. So I've got 2 pieces here already. I've got one for my bow, and I still haven't found my my tear tape, so I'm just going to do the same thing as I did yesterday with my glue dots. So I'm going to pop one either side. Lucky I knew where they were. So yeah, I've got a big craft room, so it's a wonder I haven't lost myself in here. So my husband says I'm always in here, so I probably have lost myself in here many a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting a glue dot on either side. So if they get on there. And I'm just going to wrap these around. So I'll just grab where I want to have that. So I want to take that further down, sort of just underneath the flower there. So I'm doing that. And I'll wrap that one around, and then I can just guide that. Okay, come on, you come to the party. And there you go. So that's what I did there, and I'm not going to do that bow yet because I don't want to be mucking around. I'll leave that for last. So now I'm just going to glue this piece here onto so I'm going to pop a bit of glue on there. So it's funny how Julianne and I think alike with different cards and different techniques and the girly cards and stuff like that. So yeah, so all I'm doing is trying to line that up as perfectly as I can. And because I've got this, look around and there's dots, dots and more dots. So, and once you've got it, just give it a good press down. And so yeah, I mean, once that glue takes hold, it ain't going anywhere, I tell you. So I've tried to pull it up before to I've made a little mistake here, and it brings everything with it. So yeah, once it's down, it's not coming back up. So unless you want to take half your card with it. So I think I've got rid of all my little bits. So you can see why I didn't want to do this on camera, like cutting all this out, because I'll be there like trying to poke and poke and poke. So now I've done that, I'm going to leave that bit first because I want to do the inside, because I don't want to be mucking. Oh, sorry, I just bumped the camera. I don't want to be mucking around with doing, like, having it all there and then pulling it open and that. So come on, glue. So I'm just going to glue this piece here onto my Blushing Bride piece. I think it's Blushing Bride. I think it's the same colour as my other card. I'll just have a double. Yep, it is. It's Blushing Bride. So I thought it was the right. So all I'm going to do is, aren't these layers just, I love this, like these dies. So, but yeah, they're just so, and I think I've got black on me somewhere. I have. So I'm noticing I'm getting little black bits. So maybe this card here will be for me as a, oh, sorry. I think I better turn that off. Okay. Sorry for the dinging. I forgot that I had it on earlier, so sorry about that, ladies. So, but anyway, like I was saying, I might keep this one for my sample one and give the other one I've made to Mum. So, and now I'm going to just glue this down to my base of my card, so it's not naked inside. I often used to remember about oh, I can't think. Oh, I think Kylie Bertucci, she used to say about cards doing, you don't want your card to do a nudie run. So to make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah, so my cards ain't doing nudie runs today. Okay, take that up a little bit more. Okay. Oh, get over. Nearly had it on all wrong then. So, and there is your inside. So and that just sits there. You can make a bigger border if you want. I just like the little border. So, and I've got a thing about the little borders and things. So all I've done is I've just closed it up. And if you wanted to, you could get some ribbon, and I'm thinking about doing that next time, adding some ribbon underneath this piece here and a little piece here, and you could tie a bow and tie it shut there, so it comes over. So, but I will show you what I mean. I'll do one, and I'll do a video on it so you can have a look. So all I'm going to do now is I put this on here and I work out, like I put it where I want it. So I'll show you what I mean. I put it where I want it and where I'm happy with it, and then I looked where I think I will need to add the glue. So I'll need to add the glue from this little jigger here all the way up on each side, like not on this part but on the base of it. I'll show you what I mean. And that's how I work out how far to put the glue. So I'll turn him over. So I'm going to go to this part here up, so I'll just glue. So I'll just put a bit of glue, if it don't want to come out now. So I'll just put a bit of glue up the top there. So you can just see what I mean. I've just put the glue there. And then I'll hold him back to where I want it. And then I will eyeball it. So I was going to have it to about there. And hopefully I've got it straight. Let's have a little look. Yep. And then I just hold it down. So, and it's like, if you create one of these, please put it on my Facebook page or pop it on here, and I can have a look at it. So, and show me what you've created with it. So anyway, so now it will open like that. And if you wanted to, you could pop some more DSP in there, or you could put a little gift card. I'm thinking about a little gift card into Mum's, so or a little pocket that you could put some money in. So it's another little idea too. So there. So that's that done, and I'll get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. So now you're going to watch me tie a bow. So Petal Pink is more apricot. We're Wild Heart Crafting sisters. We are. I like that. So I'm going to tie a bow. It's very hard to try to see what comments, like when you're looking up above the phone. I've had so much trouble. The phone call that I had earlier was like it was an important call, so they ended up getting me. They rang me 3 times. They rang my home phone. They rang my husband's phone, and as I walked out of the craft room after filming, I got, like, I answered his phone, and yeah, it was an important call for both of us actually, so lucky. So, but that's not, I'm not doing that right, so I'll try that again. If you can't succeed once, try again. So that's the main. I should have had this bow already but I like to challenge myself though. So I'm like you, Julianne, all fingers and thumbs, and yeah. 3rd time lucky. Here we go. 3rd time lucky. I'm going to go with it anyway. No, I'm not, because it's too short. 4th time lucky. I hope you're not going anywhere. So I could be here forever. Right, here goes nothing. Right, I have got one of those bow easy thingies, but I can't work it out. So maybe it's because I'm left-handed. It's probably a right-handed bow easy, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. So if they tell you anything different, well, I'm not hearing it. So okay, so I think I like that way better. So, alrighty, grab my snips, and I'm going to cut the ends off. So I'm going to go a bigger bow today. I quite like that one, so I'm going to go right onto there. And oh, that's annoying me, that little, I might pop, so it's annoying me having a bit of ink on there. Alrighty, so what do I need now? My glue dots. Actually, I had it here right in front of me. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to roll one of those. So I'm just rolling the glue dot, and I'm just going to pop him onto the, on there, on the back of it, and then I'm just going to pop him down into the center there. So let's give you a different look. And because I've popped it, I might just pop a little. It's annoying me that. So I'm going to go with. If I can find the other packet that's open. So okay, they've run away. Now here they are. So I'm just going to use the champagne rhinestones, and I'm just going to pop one on that little mark there that I've made, and maybe I could still give that to Mum for Mum's Day. So I'll pop another little one, pop another little one there. So, and then in the inside, because I've made that little boo-boo there, but no, I can, that one might even come out with a rubber. We'll try that. So, sorry, and it did come away with the rubber, so it must have been a little bit of glue. So that I'm saved by the bell. So there you go. So, oh, and there's one more thing that I haven't done yet. I will do that. It is my trusty old Wink of Stella. So all I'm going to do, so I'm just going to go around around those flowers and just give it a bit of a shine. Hopefully I've done it. No, I've used the wrong one. We'll try this one. We'll try it again. Then when all else fails, grab the next one. So, and then I'll just get rid of that, and then pop a little bit onto that one there. And there you go. I don't know if you could see the shine, the shimmer in there. So, well, there you go, ladies. All my cards. So I will have a shot on here later. So what do you reckon? Do you like it with the bigger bow? The little rhinestones give it a little bit more of a pick me up. So but yeah, so thank you very much for joining me and sitting with me through all these creations, and I hope you enjoyed Julianne's next video, and I hope I've inspired you to create some cards for yourself. And don't forget, if you would like to purchase from me, yeah, just visit my website. You'll find it on in the descriptions on our page. You'll find mine there, and please use the host code because then I'll know that you've brought through the workshop, so you can get the complete card kit, and you can get and I might be like Julianne, and if you do purchase from me, you might get a random different coloured cards that I've made with some of my other ones as well. So there you go. I'll pop my little bit in too. So, but anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and it's been a pleasure, and I've had so much fun, and I might have to do it again one day. So alrighty then, until next time, I will catch you all later. Bye for now.